All right. How you doing, folks? Ron Raymond here from the Raymond Report for a Friday, December 10th. Hope you're having yourself a good start to your day. As always, don't forget to subscribe to our channel by tapping that notification bell in the top right-hand corner or hit the subscribe button below this video if you are using a mobile device. Today's podcast is brought to you by HockeyPicks.com. Anybody can play, anybody can join. Sign up today and follow the top scorers each and every day right here at HockeyPicks.com. Steve Hendo, ST Hendo, still our leader at 820. There's Underdog Sniper, Devious at 793. Nicholas Scott, Nick, is at 789. And those are your top scorers right now at HockeyPicks.com. Close to 100 players playing yesterday. So, folks, keep playing, keep following, and keep earning those wins each and every day at HockeyPicks.com. Also, BBallPicks.com, the brother-sister site of the HockeyPicks.com. You can also make your basketball selections right here at BBallPicks.com and follow the top scorers. That would be Zach Reed. You got 822 for Zach Reed right there. It's a Maine's World. Jermaine Brown at 796. And Pele J is at 788. And those are your top scorers right now at BBallPicks.com, HockeyPicks.com. You can sign up today and follow the top pickers of both those sites each and every day, especially on the weekend when there's no show and you're looking for picks. It's always a good way to go and get some selections for the weekend. All right, good morning, everyone. My name is Ron Raymond. I'm a 5-time sports handicapping champion based out of Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. And it is a balmy, or not balmy, but a chilly -6 degrees here today in the nation's capital. Hopefully it's hotter where you're at. And hopefully you had a good night last night. Watch a bit of the NFL games. Between that first half was a snore fest, but Steelers, I thought they were going to come back. I thought Joe Buck and Troy Aikman put the old curse on him there when they said, "Uh-oh, Mike Zimmer, wonder what's going through Mike Zimmer's mind, knowing his team's blowing the lead right there." But sure enough, the Vikings held on. NHL had a good night last night. Went 3-1 overall in my selections, and 1-0 in basketball. Had the under in the game between the Jazz and the Sixers. And hopefully you guys were able to cash in on that. All right, at this time I want to say good morning to the Breakfast Club, the friends of the show right here. We got John Presco's in the house. Yeah, I saw John's little comment this morning that made me laugh. He goes, "Morning, Coach Ray. This is the classroom with Coach. If you want to go in the locker room, get on the Discord with Sniper, and we break down all the coaches' feeds and his players." Hey, I like that. You know what? Might not be coaching on the field right now, but I feel every time I do the show, I feel like I'm coaching something, right? All right, good morning, Chris Robidoux. It is good to take Green Bay for Survivor this week. Is it good for the Green Bay Survivor this week? Well, you know what? Why not? They're playing the Chicago Bears at home, 12-point favorite. Hey, but anything can happen. That's why they got to play the game. But, yeah, I do think Green Bay probably is a safe bet this weekend. And, hey, Ray, it's your number one NBA picker from last season, Chris Fatty Kalaja. How you doing, Chris? Can you break down the Dallas-Indiana game today? I do like Dallas on the money line, and you know what? I was looking at that too, Chris, and I do like the Mavericks. In fact, doing a bit of my homework this morning, the Mavericks 7-1 against C-type teams, but I'll get that in just 1 second. Cash Out Friday, baby, says the Humazoo Network, and hopefully the network's having a good day. You got Scotty Bear. How you doing, Scotty? Hopefully things are going well in Mexico. And let me see, Sniper's in the house. Morning, Miss Danica. And morning, Bullpen for the network. And yeah, I got that question there, Sniper. I'm bad at parlays, Humazoo. You seem to have it figured out, says Isaiah Moore from Minnesota, who's probably happy this morning that his Wild and his Vikings won last night. Lee Clark, good morning, Lee. Bring on those pearls, baby. Yeah, we just hey, I got to get a T-shirt done. Hey, just we'll have a nice T-shirt that says, give them the pearls, baby. Hey, we want the pearls. Ball Cash was in the house. And, yes, you know what? Got a nice email this morning, or it was on Twitter, and people saying, you know, there was somebody, sports investor, happy about some of the, what did he say again? If I go to my Twitter feed, something about the knowledge and the market value index. And that's the goal of the show, right? Is whenever you think you believe in something, like, you know, when I went back about 7 years ago and invented the Rain Report, I just saw things. I had to go back to the drawing board, and I said, you know what? The goalposts have changed in sports betting, and it just, if you want to be great, you got to go find the caramel secret, right? And it's just, as much as we want to get to 100%, we're never going to get to 100%, but during the process, we're going to find 60, 70% at times, and that's what you got to gun for, right? You got to be, as long as we're better than we were yesterday. That's the goal of life. You want to get better each and every day, so this way when you do your homework, and what I've noticed in the sports handicapping field and the game, it's all about value, the percentage play, and performance cycles. And I got some more pearls that I'm gonna share with you guys here today. When we do the NBA today, I'm going to show you how to increase your winning percentage by about 10% in the NBA by doing this one simple adjustments, right? Hey, when I coach football and when we say we're behind or we're ahead at halftime, and all the coaches, we gather and we say, all right, let's talk about the first half and what adjustment do we need to do. And that's what you got to do in sports betting too. Sometimes when you're not having a lot of success, you got to take a look and say, all right, where are my adjustments? How do I have to adjust to be a better sports bettor, and exactly where are those adjustments needs to be made? And I'm going to show you some of my pearls today in the NBA. All right, hey, we got a lot of people tuning in right now. Appreciate you guys. And again, if you do enjoy the show, please hit that like button and please share the show. In fact, I'm going to share this on my Twitter feed right now and see if we can get more people jumping in on the Rain Report, because I always say all of us is stronger than one of us, and it's always better when you get a lot of feedback and people giving you feedback and letting you know. And sometimes when you're on a rant or you're on some type of game and somebody brings up to your attention about something, everybody participates, everybody gains knowledge, and everybody benefits, right? There's the word I was looking for. Everybody benefits. All right, Low Key Louie's in the house. How you doing, Low Key? Hey, keep it low, Louie. We don't want those party animals here on a Friday morning, right, Louie? Hey, Louie. All right, bien trabajo. Good morning, bien trabajo. I prefer hockey pearl straight from Canada, says bien trabajo. All right. So today also, don't forget, the free horse racing tip sheet of the day is, I believe it's Gulfstream Park. Hey, go figure. Ron Raymond likes Gulfstream Park. Hey, maybe I should get Gulfstream Park to sponsor the show here. All right, so Gulfstream Park, free tip sheet today, races 1 to 10. I believe it's 1 to 10. It's normally up 1 to 9 today. We're getting shortchanged there at Gulfstream. What's going on there, Gulfstream? Hey, you want us to leave early or what? Hey, you want us to get out of the pay for more parking or what? All right, so Gulfstream Park, races 1 to 9, all for free. The tip sheet. All you got to do is go to atsstats.com, go to horses, free tip sheet, and you will get the entire tip sheet for free today at Gulfstream Park. All right, so what do we got on deck here today? I'm going to take a look at our schedule. And we're going to kick it off the show with NFL week number 14. As you know, Football Friday is always what we start off with. The CFL Grey Cup, I should, being Canadian, I should probably start off with the CFL Grey Cup. But we'll do that after NFL week 14. What do you need to bet on? Why do you need to bet the point spread? I'm going to go in my little rant in NBA and give you a little tip that you can increase your winning percentage by about 10%. NBA forecast, NHL forecast, and then the system plays of the day. You know what? Didn't even have time this morning to do the systems, so we'll do that together. It'll be a joint task as we do it together. All right, there's Quentin Johnson, 5-2 last night. Hockey picks were golden, and for Quentin Jackson, and there's Jermaine Brown. Good morning, Jermaine. It's a Maine's World. OG Wheat, let's get those pearls, Coach. Hey, OG Wheat from the ATL, and Mitchell Watson from Beantown. I believe he's from Beamtown, right, Mitchell? Mitchell Watson from Beamtown. And, so, all right, let's get to the NFL for week number 14, and then we'll get into the CFL 108th edition of the Grey Cup this weekend, this Sunday in Hamilton. 6 o'clock start. I don't get these 6 o'clock starts. A Sunday night at 6 o'clock. You're not the Super Bowl, right? Anyways, I don't want to rain on their parade. It's the Grey Cup weekend, right? Last thing you need is some guy in Ottawa who's probably, it looks like he's salty because his Ottawa Redblacks didn't make the Grey Cup, but that's not the case. All right, Pittsburgh, Minnesota last night. Now the Dallas Cowboys taking on those Washington football team. Hey, Washington, how about you get that name out already, right? How long are you going to make us wait to get that football name out? Now, Dallas going into this weekend, a 4.5-point favorite. The over-under is set at 47.5. ATS forecast, the computer pick, is going to lean with the Cowboys big. Look at this. 40.2 to 18.5. The over-under at 58.7. And looking at my sheet here on the Cowboys. Anytime they play a B-type team like Washington, they're 2-3 straight up, but 3-2 against the number. So 3-2 against the number. So 3-2 straight up, 3-2 against the point spread, but 2-3. And Washington, anytime they play an A-type team like the Dallas Cowboys, 0-3 to the under. So I know the forecast has it going way over the total this weekend, but I'll show you really quickly right here. So this is my newest toy here, my newest tool in the toolbox. So if I go to Washington against an A-type team this season, check the under, 0-3 to the under. So maybe the under you want to consider, as Washington tends to play low-scoring games against the teams above 60% in the standings. All right, so Cowboys coming off that 27-17 win over New Orleans, while Washington winning last weekend. In fact, Washington on a 4-game straight-up NATS win streak, and they are now, let me see here, 6-6 on the season. Hey, would it be funny if Washington made the playoffs? Hey, with that slow start, they're on a 4-game win streak. But I said it yesterday, right? November 1st, keep an eye on these teams that go on these streaks in November. Tampa Bay last year didn't start really strong, but they got the what I call the aha moment, and they went on a crazy run, right? All right, so let's take a look at the next game between the Saints taking on the New York Jets. Now, the Saints 23.8, New York Jets 19.1. The over-under is set at 43.03, the total combined score of the game. But the line on the game from the bookmaker's perspective is minus 5.5 for New Orleans, and 42.5 is the total. Jets coming off a 33-18 loss over the Eagles, while the Saints losing to the Cowboys. New Orleans on a 5-game losing streak, and it's amazing. Once Winston went down, this team does not have an identity on offense. And when you think of the Saints, what is their identity on offense? I really, Kamara's in and out. Man, as much as I love Sean Payton as a head coach, but what can you do? When you got no tools and players are injured, it is what it is. You are what your record says you are, and the Saints, you're 5-7. All right, the Raiders taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. I love the Raiders this weekend. I do like the Raiders this weekend. So far this year, Las Vegas against A-type teams, so teams above 60%, 4-1 straight up and against the number. Now, looking at the point spread in this game, we have the computer pick. The bookmaker, 9.5 point favorite. The over-under is set at 47.5. ATS forecast, computer pick, going to lean with the Chiefs in this one. 29.4, 17.8. The over-under at 47.3. Let me go take a look at something here. Everybody's talking like the Chiefs are back. The Chiefs, keep in mind, the Chiefs didn't start, really strong out of the gate. And you can tell they've made some adjustments. But who did they play? That's what I want to see right now. Who have the Chiefs really played in the last 3 to 4 weeks to really, make us think that they are they're the top dog in the 5-game win streak? Are they the top dog in the AFC? Right. All right. So they beat the Broncos, they beat the Cowboys, they beat the Raiders, 13-7 against the Packers. But did Aaron Rodgers play in that game? I can't remember if he played or not. I don't think he did. And then they beat the Giants. So let's hold the parade route right now. On the 5-game win streak, and Giants, Raiders, Cowboys, Broncos. The Packers, that's a good win. You got to give that. I'll give them that one. That is a good win. 13-7, low scoring affair. 41-14 against the Raiders. Raiders with Gruden and all that stuff. Cowboys. The Cowboys, I'm trying to figure what happened to the Cowboys all of a sudden, right? Cowboys are now all of a sudden they're sporadic. They're good one week, bad the next. And Denver, well, they only started well because they played cupcakes out of the gate, right? And that's sometimes you always remember how a team started, but how's it going lately for Denver, right? So looking at this week, I love Las Vegas. I think Las Vegas plus 9.5 in Kansas City, and we all remember last year what happened when Las Vegas. I think they were the ones who broke that winning streak for the Chiefs. In fact, what was that score last year? So we look at last season. It was 40-32. Yeah, that was the game at Kansas City. That was a crazy game. And then the Chiefs beat them 35-31. But going back to the scene of the crime here at Arrowhead, I do like the Raiders this week, and that's going to be one of my top plays this weekend in the NFL. All right, and Baltimore taking on the Cleveland Browns. Now the Browns a 2.5 point favorite. The over-under at 42.5. ATS forecast, computer pick, 18-17. What a crazy score that is. 18-17, the over-under set here at 35.7. And you know what? I was thinking about that last week too. It's so unpredictable. That was the word of the week last week. unpredictable. The NFL is unpredictable from week in, week out. Look at Cincinnati. Look at San Francisco. Very unpredictable. Who's going to win the Super Bowl? Who knows? You know what I mean? Like, who knows? It is so unpredictable right now that, New England, Kansas City, you take your pick, Green Bay. It's so unpredictable in the NFL, and every week it's just, that's why they play the game. That's why they say it all the times. That's why you play the football game, because you just never know. And it's just the dominating teams. I don't see them right now. Obviously, when you get to December, you're going to get these teams that are going to go on these great runs, but you got to dominate, right? From start, gate to wire. That's what I always say. You want to dominate from gate to wire. Little Gulfstream analogy right there. But, so we'll see with this weekend with Cleveland, which Cleveland team is going to show up, right? And when I look at the report here on Cleveland, so when Cleveland plays those A-type teams, 2-4 straight up. So when I go to my chart right here, let's go to Cleveland. Hey, this is my newest toy. It's my newest shiny toy that I love playing with. All right, so we got Cleveland against an A-type team in Baltimore, and look at their record, 2-4. So when they played those teams above 60%, so they played Baltimore on the 28th, and that was a 16-10 win for Baltimore. Then they played Cincinnati. They beat Cincinnati, but look what's happened to Cincinnati lately, 41-16. 37-14 loss against the Cardinals. 47-42 against Chargers. Nobody wanted to play. That was like a touch football game that day. 31-21 against Houston. Now here's the thing. This was week 1 or 2, right? So Houston might have won their first game. Yeah, Houston, remember at the beginning of the year they had a pretty good start. So at that time, when people say, "Hey, Ron, Houston, are you out of your mind?" They're not an A-type team. They were on September 19th. And then the first game of the year against Kansas City was a 33-29. Yeah, you remember that game? Kansas City against the Cleveland. The Cleveland just dominated that game, and then they blew a tire in the fourth quarter. But anyway, so what I'm trying to get at here is it's tough to really trust the Cleveland Browns right now, right? So we'll see this week. And then Baltimore coming off that 2019 loss last weekend to the Pittsburgh Steelers. And that was a win where, you know what, Harbaugh made the call, and I agree with it. I think, when you get to the last 10 seconds of a game, you score a touchdown, you go for 2 to win it, that's overtime right there. You know what I mean? You got a chance to beat the Steelers. You go for 2, you didn't make it, but I like the call. I thought it was a good call. Panthers, man, what's going on with Matt Rule? I thought this guy was going to be the what do you call the NFL Coach of the Year? No, in hockey, it's the Jack Adams, but I really thought this guy was going to be the guy in Carolina. But boy, talk about a 180 U-turn right there, right? Carolina, a 2.5-point favorite. The over-under at 41.5. ATS forecast, computer pick. Going to lean with the Panthers in this one. 24-18, the over-under at 42.7. Looking at the Falcons, last 4 games I've gone under the total. And looking at also Carolina against, let me see here, C-type teams, not good. Check this out. The Carolina Panthers against teams below 500 this year. As Brady Hoax would say, not good. 1-5 straight up and against the point spread. Ooh, that's ugly. Ugly, capital U right there. And the last 3 games for the Panthers have gone over the total. Seattle Seahawks taking on the Houston Texans. Now the Seahawks 4-8 on the season. And looking at the Texans 2-10, 31-0 loss last week to the Colts, and we got the Seahawks winning 23-11. The over/under at 35.6. And just a quick look at my chart. Both teams with a losing record against C-type teams. Seattle 1-4 against teams below 500, while Houston is 1-5, and nothing to report on the point spread. Jacksonville taking on the Titans. We got the Titans winning this one 25-17. The over/under at 43.2. And looking at the Titans, I was going to scratch my eye here. I got a little sun dust or wake up dust in the eye in the corner. Titans 8.5-point favorite. The over/under at 43.5. And yeah, we're going to go with the Titans in this one. 25-17. The over/under at 43.21. Jacksonville on the 4-game losing streak. And looking at some of my numbers, Jacksonville against A-type teams 0-5 to the under. So when we do this, we go Jacksonville Jaguars against the A-type teams in the National Football League this year. Look at that. 5-0 to the under, and the average score is 20-17, so 37 points. So we'll see if this one goes under the total this weekend in Tennessee. All right, let's go to the next game on deck. The New York Football Giants traveling to the West Coast, taking on the Chargers. Now, the Chargers are a 9.5-point favorite. The over-under is set here at 43.5. ATS Forecast Computer Pick. Gonna lean with the Chargers in this one. 24-14, so we got them winning by 10. Keep in mind, the New York Giants have a great record against the point spread when they're on the road. In fact, let's go do an update right on this. And let's go to the Giants game. Let me see if I can get it here or if I got to go in my database. Let's go right here to the Ram Report, which you can get each and every day right here at atsstats.com. And how about the underdog roll as an away underdog? New York Giants. Yeah, I'm going to have to bring it up on the... All right, let me go to my database. And let's take a look at the New York Football Giants. I know they lost last weekend. It wasn't a banner weekend for the G-men. All right, New York Giants, away underdog. Let's go last 3 years. All right. We'll go 4 years. And the record says 6-20, but 19-7 against the point spread. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Let me see last 3 years for the New York Football Giants. 13-6, 4-14. Ouch. Hey, that's a big ouch right there. But going into this weekend, the Giants, the Chargers only 2-3 against C-type teams. When you play a C-type team and you're a B-type team, well, a team like in the 50, so you're 7-5, so you're maybe about 56% on the season. When you play the beatables, you shouldn't be like 2-3. You should be like 4-1 or 3-2, but not 2-3. So that, if you like the Giants, I think the Giants do have a bit of value this weekend. In fact, I had the Giants at plus 5.17 on the value index, and you can see you're getting plus 9.5. So I think you are getting some good value here on the New York Football Giants. All right, the game I like the under in this weekend is the Lions taking on the Broncos. Now the line 10.5 here for Denver. The over under at 42.5. ATS Forecast Computer Pick, gonna lean with Denver in this one. 27-18, the over-under set at 46.5. Looking at the Lions' last game, a nice victory over the Vikings, 29-27, while the Broncos losing to Kansas City, 22-9. I love the under in this game here this weekend between the the Broncos and the Lions. In fact, when I do Detroit against B-type teams, 1-2 to the under, but Denver against team below 500, 5-1 to the under. I love the under in the game between the Lions and the Broncos this weekend. All right, here's one of the games of the week. I think this will be a good football game in Cincinnati. Now, and these are two identical teams when I think about it. They're very inconsistent. I can trust Joe Burrows. I don't know if I can trust Garoppolo. The last, on the road, I don't know how. It's just I don't know. I really don't know what to think of the San Francisco offense. You think of Shanahan and, you think he's got it figured out. And then, 30-23 loss to the Seattle Seahawks, right? A team with a losing record. Now, San Francisco 6-6 on the year. Cincinnati 7-5. We do like the 49ers on the computer pick. That's only based on 12 previous games in the database. 27-25, the over-under at 52.6. And let me take a look at some of my numbers here. For Cincinnati against those B-type teams, 4-2 straight up and 4-2 against the number. But what's interesting enough is that San Francisco has only played one B-type team all year. So let's see. Here's an interesting research here. So look at this. When San Francisco, a B-type team, only won, and it was Green Bay, and it was a 30-28 victory loss to the Packers. So how many times have they played A-type teams? 1, 2, 3, 4. And then C-type teams, boom, look at that, 7. So when you think about that, so they played 7 C-type team, only 1 B-type team. So that's 8 games of B and C-type teams, and they've only been challenged 4 times against an A-type team. And what's the record? 2-2. You know what? Cincinnati might be the call here this weekend. When you think of strength of schedule, strength of opponent, that's a good exercise right there to show you that San Francisco not battle-tested for this weekend. Even though the computer says they are, I think Cincinnati plus 2.5 is cha-ching, money in the bank. All right, Buffalo taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, the Bills, they got to get their act together. The problem with the Bills, and I'm a Bills fan, they got no running game. When you think of, their offense, you think of the passing game, Josh Allen, they got no running game. And if you got no running game, you got no Super Bowl. And until they get an established running game, There's an old high school sweetheart role, right? They're going to break your heart. All right, Tampa Bay, 3.5-point favorite this weekend. They're on a 3-game win streak. Watch out. I can see a bit of last year happening right now. Minus 3.5, 54.5 is the total. And Tampa Bay, 30. Buffalo, 26.5. The over-under at 38. And Tampa Bay against those B-type teams this year, 2-0. I like Tampa Bay this weekend. I know it. But again, I'll go back to the unpredictable card, right? It's so unpredictable this year, and I'll give you a snapshot of my perception market analogy of all the teams, and I'll show you exactly what I think of that game. Chicago taking on the Green Bay Packers. Now, this is your Sunday night. Yeah, let's put a Sunday night game of the week in December in Green Bay at 8:20 at night, right? Yeah, because that's what America and North America wants to watch. Green Bay at Chicago at 8:20 on a Sunday night when it's minus 20 probably. Might as well just put the game in Ottawa where it's minus 7. It's probably hotter here than it is in Green Bay. Minus 12.5 is the line here on the Packers. The over-under at 43.5. ATS forecast. Computer pick. Going to lean with the Pack in this one. 26-13. The over-under at 39.9. Packers 4-1 against C-type teams this year. 2-3 to the under. Chicago 2-5 against teams above 500. And 2-5 to the under. Green Bay 9-3 on the year. Chicago 4-8. And the Monday night football game of the week. This is going to be a beauty. Hey, this is going to be a nice game. Arizona 2.5-point favorite. The over-under at 51.5. ATS forecast. Computer pick. Going to lean with Arizona by big. Hey, not even a number. Is big a number? Hey, they're going to win by big. 40-17. So they're going to win by 23 according to the computer pick. And looking at the Arizona Cardinals on a 2-game win streak, coming off a win on the road against Chicago last week in 33-22. And LA took care of business against the Jaguars. Whoop-de-doo, 37-7. And one thing I'm going to show you right here, I love Arizona this weekend. Arizona against those A-type teams this year. 3-1 straight up, 3-1 against the point spread. And look at the average score, 34-17. How about when they're at home in those situations? Home against A-type teams this year. Oh, only one A-type team home game. Wow. Okay, I didn't see that. What about the last 5? So it can go back to last year. So Arizona against those A-type teams, 2-3, 4-1 to the over. But I still like Arizona. Maybe the over 2 could be a good play right now. LA Rams. How about the Rams against those A-type teams? And let's take a look at that. LA Rams. Where's the Rams? Right here against A-type teams this season. Well, where's my this season? There it is. All right, A-type teams. I'll get her done. Look at that. 1-3 straight up and 1-3 against the number. The average score, 29-26 for their opponents. And normally when they're an underdog in this role against A-type teams, they're normally a +1. I forgot to see what the number was on Arizona. When they're an A-type team, what's the average line? -5.5, and we're getting what? A -3, I thought I saw. What's the line? -2.5, -3. And what's here? -2.5. So I think we're getting good value here. I love the Cardinals this week. Probably played, again, and I'll talk about this in my segment of the point spread. Save some money. Why not just take, instead of sweating out the money, the point spread, take the money line. All right. So that is the NFL report here in a nutshell. And how we doing on time? 27 minutes. Wow, eh? Normally I like to keep the show between like 30 and 45 minutes, but it's impossible on a Friday. Friday we got too much to cover, right? All right, let's go to any questions, guys? Any questions on the NFL that you want me to look up before I hit to the Grey Cup? Let me see what you guys are saying. Chad Suzuka, there's Chad, back from his Saskatchewan holiday there, I guess, with the Green Riders losing. Hey, you coming back there, Chad? Hey, it was good effort last weekend. You just got to capitalize on those 5 turnovers. I like Army, James Madison in college football tonight. Portland Timbers, MLS. And Winnipeg CFL Weekend Championships is Daryl Turner and his other brother, Daryl, from the Newhart family. All right, Ms. Denica, Cardinals is juicy this week. Yep, I agree. Rams are falling apart. Yeah, falling apart at the seams, right? Did I miss hockey? No, we didn't do hockey yet. We're going to get to the hockey. Gloria K, well, I think you're very well dedicated to be here sick. Well, where's Gloria K? Did I miss Gloria? Is she here? Gloria K. Oh, there she is. I'm still feeling sick, says Gloria K. Well, hopefully you're feeling better, Gloria. I don't know if you noticed, but I put if you notice on our thumbnail on the show, I don't know if I can bring it up and show you guys. anyways, if you go look at our thumbnail, it says the Breakfast Club, and you see a cup of coffee. I put JK, GK, Gloria K, just to show you that it's glorious cup of coffee that's steaming hot. So, or maybe it's chicken soup, to make you feel better. All right, there you have it. That is the NFL, and let me see here. No poll today. Oh, you guys want a poll? Sure. What poll? You know what? Let's do the poll on that Monday Night Football. Oh, no, we'll do the poll Monday for the Monday Nighter. Let's which game should I do the poll on? NBA, NHL? You guys let me know. I'll do the poll. Hey, it's a fan-friendly website here, so you guys tell me what poll question you guys would like me to do, and I'll post it into the poll section there. Baltimore, Seattle, no. Jacksonville, Atlanta, Raiders, Chiefs. Hey, Raiders, Chiefs +9. Dallas, Washington, Detroit, Denver. Or do you want me to do NBA? Do you want me to do NHL? Let me see here. San Fran, Cincinnati, NHL, NBA, Rangers, Buffalo. Rangers, Buffalo. That's not a good matchup. Now you need something that's really good. Any game. All right. You know what? Let's do. I want to pick a good game here. Let's do the Chiefs, the Bengals and the 49ers. I think that's a good one. All right. So who do you like? All right. Who do you like? So we'll do 49ers -2.5 or Bengals +2.5. There you go. That's your poll question of the day. And since it's a football Friday, you got to keep with the theme, hey guys? You know, it's a football Friday. We got to go with the theme. All right, let's go to the CFL, and I'm gonna bring out the forecast now. The computer pick, I'll do both, but I'll tell you right off the bat, and no more suspension. I'm all over Winnipeg this weekend. I think Winnipeg wins by about 14 points this weekend against Hamilton. Now let's go to the rain report, and I'll tell you why. So I'll just quickly go through the honors here, and let's see. So going to this weekend, Winnipeg a 3.5 point road favorite. The over/under at 44.5. Now the computer pick. Now there's two things here at the rain report. There's the computer pick, and there's also the system play. And I prefer the system forecast. So if you ever go to the website, you're gonna see here on the right side menu ATM stats system, or if you go up here, you'll see NFL system forecast, college football forecast. Go to the system forecast, and I'm going to go to the CFL because I agree more with this. And you know what? The computer, you can take it with a grain of salt, but in the system forecast, we have Winnipeg, when you round it off, at 27, 22. So they got them winning by 5 right here. And I think that's, I think they win by 14, but this sounds just about right to me. I do like Winnipeg to win. Now, looking at how these teams got here, last weekend Hamilton went in Toronto and got the victory in the second half. They didn't really show up for the first half. They played really well in the second half, got the victory. In fact, the final score last weekend was 27-19. Think about it. They were down by 12, I think, at halftime, and come back to win 27-19, where Winnipeg, which I find is a little bit lucky to be here because they had 5 turnovers in the first half against Saskatchewan, Chad's Saskatchewan. But looking at this, 21-17 victory last weekend. And, I said it yesterday. Good teams find a way to win. Bad teams find a way to lose. Winnipeg found a way to win last weekend, but they're 1-4 against the point spread in their last 4 games. My line on the game, -12 was my line on the computer value index, and I had -4.9 for Hamilton. So you are getting value on both these teams here this weekend. And when you look at some of the records here, Winnipeg 11-3 on the season in the regular season, or could be including playoffs too. 7-0 at home, 4-3. No, this is the regular season. And then Hamilton 9-6 on the year, 6-2 straight up, 3-4 at away from home, at 4-11 to the under this year. At both these teams, when you combine their records to the total, look at this. 8-22 to the under. So the bookmaker putting a very low total. And the last time these two teams played was in the month of August. It was a 19-6 win for the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. Now, here's the main reason why I love Winnipeg this weekend. You got a really good head coach in Mike O'Shea. He's also a special team genius. Reinbold's been doing a good job this year. In fact, Reinbold called a great game last weekend on some of the special teams. However, when you look at the Winnipeg Blue Bombers on defense, they are a smothering defense. Yeah, very, very good defense. In fact, when you look at some of their numbers on defense, the last, look at this, home games. They've only allowed 8 points all year in home games. Hey, how's that for a defense right there? But when I look at this chart right here, and I'm going to go to the my parity value index, my strength cycle index right here. We're going to go to the CFL. Hamilton. All right, well, we'll do Winnipeg first. So let's do Winnipeg against A-type teams this year. How did Winnipeg do? 5-0 straight up. So anytime Winnipeg played those teams that are above 60%, so the best teams in the league, they won all games. They covered 80% of those games, 4-1 against point spread. All 5 of those games went under the total. The average score, 20-12. And when you look at Hamilton is just, and again, I've been saying this all year, Winnipeg, to me, has always been the team, defending Grey Cup champions. They didn't play in 2020. They played in 2019. Winnipeg is by far the class of this league. Offensively, Andrew Harris can run the ball. Man, these guys got so many weapons. It's just, in football, you're going to get the hiccup games, right? They had a couple of hiccup games, but, they overcame the hiccup game last week by winning against Saskatchewan. But when you look at Hamilton, and you think of Hamilton, I think of one identity, their defense, right? Hamilton's got, if they're going to win a Grey Cup, it's going to be on special teams, and because the defense was able to hold the run game of Andrew Harris and Winnipeg Blue Bombers. But look at this, 3-5 against A-type teams this year. And that's, what about the Western teams? So they played Winnipeg, they lost 19-6. They played Saskatchewan, they lost 30-8. Then they played, Toronto. That's an Eastern team. And then Saskatchewan up here, 24-3. So they beat Saskatchewan in one Western team. That's the only Western opponent they beat this year. And did they play the BC Lions? I don't see a game against the BC Lions right here. That's interesting. I don't know if Hamilton. Oh no, BC's not an A-type team. That's why. All right, so 3-5 against those A-type teams, and the offense on Hamilton, everything goes through Speedy Banks, right? Brandon Banks, probably one of the best receivers and special teams guy in the league. But when you think of Hamilton, they're going to start Evans this weekend, and Mazzoli started last weekend, but he didn't do well. And then he got pulled, and Evans came in, and then they went on to win. But I got, in my mind, I see like a 24-8, 24-10 type victory for the 8-point defense, right? Points against. So I like Winnipeg this weekend to win the Grey Cup, and we'll see what happens with that. And what do you guys like? Who do you guys like to win the Grey Cup? Do you like Winnipeg, Hamilton, all the CFL fans out there? Let us know who you like to win this weekend. All right. So what do we got on deck here? We're talking about practice, right? Allen Iverson, hey, practice. All right, let me see here. Where's our schedule? So, okay. Why do you need to bet the point spread? All right, so another one of my rants here. So, during the last couple of years, during COVID actually, I've spent a lot of time studying, analyzing, making an adjustment to my handicapping. And one of the adjustments that I made in the NBA, and if you're a member of ATS, you've noticed I didn't give out any premium picks yet, right? And there's the reason for that, because I'm testing a new system and it's working. And I'm giving it out in the NBA system play right here. So when you get a membership, you also get the beer and pizza money picks. Those are my action money selections. But I'm going to show you something that has improved my NBA handicapping by about 10% win percentage. And what I've done is, if you've seen my picks all year, you've seen a lot of money line picks, right? I don't bet a lot of point spread. If you see me bet a point spread, it's very, very rare. And I'll show you what I've been doing. So what I've been doing, and I'll bring up my league standing. Perfect. So one of my rules now is I try to just bet underdogs or money line favorites. And if you look at the my chart right here, here's the chart on NBA on favorites this year in the NBA. If you look at Pick'em to -3 favorites, they've won 58.3% of their games this year. And if you look at the point spread, 55.7. So not a big adjustment right here. It's a 3% difference, right? So is 3% really going to hold me back from just betting the money line to the point spread? So if it's only 3%, why would you not just take the money line and don't take that chance, right? Now look at the big difference between 3.5 to 6. 62%, 71 and 43 for the favorites, and then 54 and 59, 47%. Now we're talking about a 15% difference when you go from money line to point spread on lines from 3.5 to 6, and then 6.5 to 9. Look at this, 65.8 to 40%. We're talking a 25% difference in the point spread to the money line. Now, what I've been doing is I've been waiting and picking my spots to bet money line selections. And then if I do like an underdog, then I'll take the point spread, right? To me, that's like the Geico insurance. When I see the point spread, I call it the Geico insurance. I'll take the insurance. I'll take the plus money. But what I'm looking for money line favorites in this range right here that I know it's affordable. Now, when you get into minus 200, then you got to talk me in and out of that pick, right? But at the end of the day, what's the objective? Is to win one unit. How do you get that unit? Does it really? Yeah, it really matters, because I don't want to lay 300, 400, 500 to win one unit, because you lose 2 or 3 of those plays, then you just, takes you a month to get it back. But you got to be selective. In fact, look at this. Point spreads of 12.5 to 18. Look at the record, 15 and 1 straight up. So if you bet, obviously nobody's going to bet $1,000, but if you did bet 1,000 to win 100, you're still up. But I'm not going to recommend that, because that's very high risk. But anywhere from pick'em to -6, and if you look at some of the point spread lines, so pick'em to -6, we're talking here about a 60% chance of winning your bets straight up, and that's just favorites. Now, okay, Ron, when do I bet the favorites? Do I bet them at home? Do I bet them on the road? Good question. All right, so look at this. 58% of home favorites of pick'em to -3, 64% of 3.5 to 6, 64.3. But look at the road favorites. This is where you find your value on road favorites, because what's your dopamine's going to say to you when you say, hey, home favorite, they're home, they should win? And what's the perception? I always talk about perception versus reality. People always say, oh, home teams automatically a 3-point favorite, right? Not so fast. Pick them to -3 on the road, 62.7%, and -3.5 to 6.5, 58.5, and that's normal because they're on the road, right? But this is not. This is, I found the difference. But look at this, 6.5 to 9-point favorites, 82.6%. Now, here's the key. You got to pick your spots. You're not going to get I say it all day, you're not going to get a Picasso every day, right? You're going to have to pick your spots, and there's only one situation here today where there's a pick'em to -3 road favorite, and it's the game between Cleveland and, where is that game? And Minnesota, all right? Actually, you know what? Now Cleveland's not a favorite. Minnesota's the favorite. Unless, I was looking at Bookmaker, and I thought, let me check at Bookmaker. I want to see if there's any pick'em to -5 road favorites this tonight. So let me go look at here. And all right, so you got Cleveland is now a 1-point favorite. Milwaukee's a 9-point favorite. Lakers a 4.5-point favorite. So Lakers on the money line -185. Now Laker -4.5 road favorite. Road favorites this year. See we're caught in the middle here. 58.5%. But they only cover the spread 41.4. So this is what I'm saying, right? If you know you got a 16% difference, is that 16 right there? 16%. If you know you got a 16% difference of winning your bet or losing your bet compared to the money line, you know what I mean? Pick your spots. And what I do is I try to time the market is one of the hardest things, right? Because everything goes through cycles, and this is why to me, this is one of the most important charts now, the market value index. When I go to the daily market value index, think analytics, but think of perception, right? Analytics and reality. Let me go to NBA. Hopefully I'm not putting you guys to sleep here. Hey, let me go. Hey, there I am. All right, so let me go. Where was I? NBA. All right, to me, this is one of the most important. This is the timing chart. Yeah, maybe that's a perfect name I should call this. The timing chart. When I look at this chart, what I'm looking for is yellow. I'm looking for yellow because from a market psychology point of view, for instance, when I think of Milwaukee and Houston right now, two hot teams, right? When I think of Cleveland, a hot team, a bullish team. When I think of Oklahoma, a bearish team. When I think of Phoenix, a green team, very bullish, 85% confidence level. Houston, look at Houston. Houston's on a roll right now. I don't know what's Houston's winning streak right now. Houston is on a 7-game win streak, so their confidence level is very high, but keep in mind they're a C-type team. When you think of Dallas, right, you think of a bearish team right now, a bearish team. I think of Sacramento. Sacramento is on a 3 ATS win streak right now, and I don't know what their straight-up record is. I'd have to look at it, but according to my perception chart, my timing chart, they're very bullish in the market right now. So when I look at money line favorites, pick'ems to either pick them to -5.5, -6. Something that's manageable on the money line, I pick my spots. I don't need to bet every day. I don't need to make less is more. And here's the thing: whenever we're betting, or we I always say first to market, right? In business or anything, who says where's the rule that says you got to pick bet the point spread? Where does it say in the gambling Bible that if you're going to bet, you got to bet point spread? Think about this. When you're betting point spread sports, you got two options: money line, point spread. Money line, point spread, totals. You got three options, actually. But here's the thing. Look at the difference. When you want to bet money line, the odds are more in your favor. You want to bet point spread? Look at that. 47%, 40%, 40% if you like favorites, right? And look at underdogs. But underdogs come with a different mentality, right? Underdog betting comes with a different mentality compared to favorites. Favorites, obviously the dopamines are more positive because, you think you're getting the perception favorite, right? Compared to the underdog where you're getting like the contrarian perception of the betting public, right? But where does it say in the gambling Bible that I got to bet point spread all the time? If you want to increase your betting, or your winning, limit your bets to situational handicapping. And here's why I created the action investment and the sports investor, right? The action investor wants to bet every day. The sports investor is like the old bull on top of the hill, right? We'll pick our spots and then we'll walk down. And then that's the way I think if you take that approach, because if you are betting every day, you just might as well just write me a check and just send it to Canada because you're not going to win. And then that's the stock market, same thing. You think that my friend, my good buddy Greg Dempson, who gave me the pearls analogy, says, Ron, people walk into casinos and sportsbook. It says one thing. It says casino and sportsbook. It doesn't say bank. You know what I mean? It's not a bank. It's a casino and sportsbook. So if you are going to wager in basketball, in hockey, pick your spots. Less is more. And if you're going to do the point spread, think about this type of analogy, or not analogy, but method of gambling, right? Of sports betting. Pick your spots. If you like favorites, look at the difference. The proof is right there in the pudding. 58%, 62%, 65% money line. Now, time that up with the timing chart, and normally find the yellow patterns, and then you got yourself maybe a Picasso, right? So, anyways, one of the pearls that I want to share with you guys here, and it just trust me, you guys, every day I think about this. I think about handicapping. I think about caramel secret. What's the caramel secret? What's the caramel secret? Percentage play. Percentage play, and that's the way you got to think. You got to think at the end of the day, when you look at situational handicapping, you look at, all the tools that we have here. And I've written books about situational spots, 3 games in 4 nights, back-to-back games, coming off a win, coming off a loss, 6-game winning streak, off a West Coast trek. All these situational handicapping things are really good. But at the end of the day, who wins? And what team wins? Is it an A, B, or C type team? And this is what keeps coming back to me. A, B, C. Hey, A, B, C. Always be closing. Always be closing those winning tickets, because at the end of the day, does that team win on a consistent basis, or does that team lose on a consistent basis. And I say it all the time. Great teams find a way to win. Bad teams find a way to lose. And I'll leave you guys with that. All right, so let's go to the NBA, and hopefully you guys enjoyed that rant. If you did enjoy the rant, please hit that like button. And if you're new to the Raymond Report, don't be scared. Subscribe to our channel, and we do this each and every day right here, Monday to Friday, 10:30 a.m. All right, let's go to the NBA, and let's go get some more pearls. All right, more pearls, eh? Maybe I should do like Christmas T-shirts, eh? Give them the pearls, baby, because that's what they come for. All right, Sacramento taking on the Charlotte Hornets. Now the Hornets going into this game as a 1-point road favorite. The over-under set at 231. ATS forecast, computer pick. Gonna lean with the Hornets by 114 to 113. The over-under at 228.23. Looking at Charlotte on a 2-game losing streak. Sacramento on a 3-game losing streak. And Sacramento on the season against those B-type teams, 5-3 straight up. And for Charlotte against those C-type teams, 5-3, but 7-1 to the over. So let me go back to my toolbox right here. Let's go to NBA. So this way I'm not, people think I'm pulling stats out of my butt or something. Hey, this is the rabbit out of the hat. Nope, these are just the facts, man. And let's go to Charlotte against those C-type teams. Survey says, boom, 7-1 to the over. So anytime Charlotte plays those teams with a record below 500, as you can see, the over is worth a look. All right, let me go back here. So looking at this game, what else? Sacramento on a 3-game win streak. And, so pretty good numbers right there. All right, Dallas against Indiana. Now, Fadi Kalaja wanted me to break down this game for him. So let me do that for my good friend Fadi Kalaja. And let me see the first. I'm always working on other things, right? And another thing that I always want to say when you're doing your handicapping, injury report. You got to look at the injury report, and I'm going to go into really detail next week, more pearls next week about injuries and lineups. Lineups equals injuries equals potential winning or losing, right? All right, so looking at the lineup here tonight. So everything looks good for Dallas. For Indiana, looks like the same lineup. So I don't see nothing changing right there. Now you got a C-type team that's a favorite. So that's the first thing that gets my attention. But Indiana at home is a pretty good team, right? If you go here and we look at Indiana at home this year against any situations, 8-6 at home, but not really good. A little bit of Jekyll and Hyde on the road, right? So let me see on the road. Boom, 3-10. So a bit of a Jekyll and Hyde team right here. The Pacers are. But playing the Dallas Mavericks, and here's the thing. When Dallas plays these C-type teams, they do pretty good. They beat the beatables. And when they play those C-type teams, they are 7-1 straight up, but only 3-5 against the number. And this is what I'm saying. Who says we got to bet the point spread, right? And the more that I hammer this, the more you will see your winning percentage. Because at the end of the day, normally you hear it all the time, right? If you normally like a team to win straight up, they normally cover the spread. Not so true. That's not true. Not so fast, my friend. Hey, trying to do a lead Corso right there real quickly. That's not true. Look at that. 7-1 straight up, but only 3-5 against the point spread. But that's a manageable money line that you can. But again, if you're going to bet the money line, pick your spots. And don't make it 3, 4, 5 a day. Just make it once every couple of days. Because at the end of the day, change your goals. Sometimes we set up goals. And that's why I talk about cash out Monday. You want to cash out on the Monday, but you're not. You don't need to cash out on a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's to get to that Monday. And if you pick your spots to bet, then you'll get to that cash out Monday because you were selective. And but the thing is, as action junkies, it's like, oh, I can't watch the game if I'm not betting on it. I need to bet. I need to put money. No, you don't. You go. That's why we created bballpicks.com. That's why, or if you do bet, that's why we invented the action junkie money, right? Put your beer and pizza money. Does it really matter what the amount is? If you're not sure, if you really love that play to win money, but as soon as you love something you feel strong about it. That's when you become a sports investor. All right. So the Breakfast Club is serving pearls and the facts sunny side up. That's your T-shirt, Ron. I love it. Nice. I love that. Yeah, the Breakfast Club is serving pearls and facts sunny side up. I like that. That is really good. Hey, eggs sunny side up and facts sunny side up. Yeah, it's a football Friday. All right, so we do like the Pacers in this one, 105-101. But keep in mind, Dallas 7-1. And again, I know you're probably listening to the Rain Report and you're saying, hey, you know what? He just told us everything on Dallas, but his computer pick, what's this guy smoking? Is he, what's he telling us? These are just indicators. And then the more you watch the show, the more you're going to get it. These are just indicators. Like I said, situational handicapping. I can give you 20 situational indicators on Indiana, but it might be that one strong indicator on Dallas that I like, right? 7-1 against C-type teams. 105-101, the over-under at 207.01. Brooklyn taking on the Atlanta Hawks. Now the Hawks are 1.5-point favorite. The over-under at 227. ATS forecast, computer pick, gonna lean with the Brooklyn Nets. The Atlanta Hawks. 112-110. The over-under at 223.82. Now, Kevin Durant didn't play last game against Houston. Kind of really threw a wrench in my last pick because I had Brooklyn to beat Houston, and I should have. I always say, this is where taste your own medicine, right? The line should have told me Durant was not in the lineup, but when you do a lot of stuff, sometimes you overlook things, right? So I overlooked that. I should have known when I saw that Brooklyn was only -3. I said that doesn't pass the smell test. Now here's the other thing tonight. Going in tonight's game between Brooklyn and Atlanta, Durant will be back in the lineup. And check this out: when the Brooklyn Nets are taking on the team below 50%, so Brooklyn playing those B-type teams, 50 to 59%. Check the record: 6-0 straight up. They have not lost against B-type teams. And Atlanta against the A-type teams this year, 1-6 straight up and against the number. So I do like Brooklyn tonight. And what is the line? Let me see what bookmaker has the line at. +1.5 money line. But you know what? Again, Geico Insurance, right? Why would you take why would you spend +107 when you can lay -108 and you get the Geico Insurance, right? +108. And that's what I mean. And by, if you like the favorites, look for the money line, shop the money line, and then if you like underdogs, look for that point spread, right? Geico Insurance, and pick your spots. Toronto taking on the New York Knicks, and let me just bring this back over here. 105-104 for Toronto. The Raptors a 1-point favorite. The over-under at 207.5, and let me see, we have the total at 209. Toronto coming off a loss. That was a really crazy game. Champagny thought he had the tip-in winner, but the ball was still on his finger when the light went on. Too bad, though. It would have been a great moment. But what an anticlimactic victory for Oklahoma. Here, if you watch that game, you thought the Raptors won. The whole building's going crazy. 2 minutes later, 3 minutes later, no good. It's going to Oklahoma. Oklahoma's all depressed, like, what, we won? Well, whatever. It's like, that sucks, right? You think you came back to win a game, you made a nice 3, and then I just thought that was kind of funny. It's like, wow, take away the piss on the parade type thing, right? They win the basketball game, they think, and then next thing you know, they find out in the locker room they win. 105-104 tonight against the New York Knicks. Now, the New York Knicks, Bears team, what's going on in New York? Hey, they had the parade stamped out there in New York there about a month ago, but now they don't know if they're coming or going. 105-104 is our total. Pistons taking on the Pelicans. In fact, that New York game, New York 5-7 against C-type teams. Toronto 5-6. Pistons taking on the Pelicans, 108-101. The over/under at 210.12. Milwaukee taking on Houston. And just going to see if I have any more numbers on that game. Where's my other sheet? Milwaukee against Houston. Yeah, Houston Rockets, break out the parade, ticker tape parade. 7-game win streak coming off a 114-104 win without Durant. 9-point underdog here tonight against Milwaukee. The over-under is set at 227. ATS forecast, computer pick sees a Bucks victory by 12. 117-105, the over-under at 223.1. Looking at the chance of covering, 62% for Milwaukee. And for the Bucks, coming off a 113-104 loss to the Heat. And Milwaukee 7-4 against C-type teams, while Houston 3-3. And if you look at Houston's last 3 games against A-type teams, all been winners. So I don't know what's going on in Houston. There doesn't seem to be a problem in Houston. No, we don't have a problem. Houston Rockets against those A-type teams. Look at that. They beat Brooklyn, they beat Charlotte, and they beat Chicago. And pretty good record right now for the Houston Rockets. But again, we got the Bucks winning 117-105. We got Cleveland taking on Minnesota. Now the Cavaliers, a 1-point favorite, 111-109. The over/under at 221.46. I'm going to look at Cleveland as the money line here tonight. I do like Cleveland in the money line spot here tonight. But again, got to go back to my chart here, my timing chart, and let's go to NBA. I just want to see if it's if they're in a good spot timing-wise, right? Cycle-wise, money cycle. I got to come up with a really good name for this chart. See, too bullish. Cleveland is too bullish right now. See, I don't like that. They're 71%, and then you got a team, and this is where you got to think like a bookmaker. Like my good friend Ross Benjamin says, think like a bookmaker. And what's the public thinking, right? Oh, Cleveland, they're bullish, they're really good. Minnesota sucks, they haven't played well. They're bearish right now. Don't like that thinking, right? That's the market psychology of sports betting right there. 101. All right, so 111-109, and we do Minnesota on a 4-game win streak, right? 11-14, while Cleveland is 14-12. Lakers taking on the Thunder. Thunder coming off that anticlimactic win over the Raptors. Lakers 5-point favorite. The over/under is set here tonight at 218. 110-106. The over/under at 216.21. Oh boy, long show here today. But it's a football Friday, right? Right before the weekend. Last 4 games have gone over the total for the Thunder. And the Lakers 9-8. Only 9-8 against team below 500. While the Thunder 1-3 against B-type teams. And the last game of the evening, the game of the night, the Suns and the Celtics. Phoenix a 4.5-point favorite. The over/under at 214.5. ATS forecast, going to lean with Phoenix here, 113-107. The over/under at 220.88. Boston on a 2-game losing streak, while Phoenix coming off a 108-104 win against San Antonio. And their last 2 games have gone under the total, 20-4 on the year, while Boston is 13-13. The Celtics 3-6 against A-type teams, while Phoenix 6-0 straight up against those B-type teams. All right, there you have it. That is the NBA in a nutshell. And let me see here. I think Ron is saying don't feel pressure to bet every day as long as you can. Exactly. No, you know what? So I guess I missed the beginning of the conversation there, Isaiah. But what I'm trying to get at is if you're going to bet every day, just know that you can't bet the same amount every day and thinking you're going to win in the long run. The game is the game is not meant to bet every day, right? You don't buy stocks every day. You don't buy Bitcoin every day. Why do you bet every day, right? Yeah, you do it for entertainment purposes. Then find your why. That's what I always say to the team, right? When I talk to my team and the players, I always say find your why. And I always say there's always 5 whys. Find if you have a problem, ask yourself these 5 why. What's the main problem? Then go from another why from that problem. Another why, and a why, and you'll get to the root of your problem, right? And then you'll find your answer. And it's the same in sports betting. The thing is in sports betting, there's the action investor, the sports investor. The action investor, if he bets every day, he's going to be broke at the end of the week. Find your spots, and this is why I say all the time, beer money, pizza money picks. And your beer money pizza money pick can be like $2, $5, $10, $20. Money that if you lose, it doesn't really hurt you. And if you win, it just adds to the pile. But then you got your sports investment picks, right? This is where $100, $1,000, 5,000, whatever your investment is, to make money, right? At the end of the day, find your why. Why are you betting? Is it because you just want to make money, or you just need entertainment on the game, or find your why. All right, let's go to the NHL, the National Hockey League. Pretty good night last night. I went 3-1 in my selection. The only pick I lost, kind of sucked, was the over in the Boston game. It was my premium pick. But 2-0 in the beer and pizza money. Won the free pick with the under in Calgary and Carolina. And we'll kick it off tonight at the KeyBank Arena in Buffalo. Now, the Sabres going into this one against the Rangers. Now, the Rangers didn't look good the other night against Colorado. They started a backup goalie. I don't know why Georgiev didn't get the start, but he should get the nod here tonight. And looking at the NHL tonight. So yeah, Georgiev should get the nod here against Luukkonen. Luukkonen has owned 1 this year, So he played the other night against, he's the goal you got highlighted on there, that Arizona goal. Was it Arizona? Whoever they played last. Anaheim, yeah. Anaheim. Remember that Michigan goal? Was it Ziegler or something like that? They flipped it over to the net, and then they tapped it in. Hey, imagine being that goalie now. That's on your highlight reel the rest of the year, right? But anyways. All right, so the only bad news here for the Rangers tonight is that you're going in with the backup goalie against another backup goalie. And the Rangers now, and I say it all the time, when your main goalie goes down, your players play different. It is what it is, because you got a backup goalie in net, and when you got your number one goaltender, then you can pinch in a little bit more. You can be more creative on the ice. Think less defensive hockey, right? But then when you got your backup goalie, then you gotta say, okay, first thing the coach is gonna say, hey, one man in, one man deep, everybody back, stay in the neutral zone, and let's clog up the middle, make sure that we don't give them good scoring opportunity. Time and space, right? You hear players and coach say it, and players say it all the time. Hey, eliminate their time and space on the ice. All right, 192 is the line here on the Rangers. The over-under at 5.5. 3.5, 2.2. The over-under at 5.79. Buffalo on a 5-game losing streak, so this is going to be a little tricky here tonight. But the Rangers 8-1 against teams below 500, while the Sabres are 1-7 against team above 60%. All right, the game of the night will be between the Penguins and the Washington Capitals. Now the Capitals a 147 favorite. The over/under at 5.5. ATS forecast computer pick. Going to lean with the Caps in this one. 3.2 to 3.08. The over/under set here at 6.29. Ilya Samsonov going to go here for the Capitals. He's 11-1 this year. Very, very good record. 2.42 goals against average. Tristan Jarry should get the nod here for the Penguins. He's 11-5, a 1.92 ERA. Goals against average. Hey, I got baseball pitchers and catchers reporting yet. Washington on a 2-game win streak. Now Pittsburgh 4-5 against A-type teams. Where Washington 6-3 against C-type team. But is Pittsburgh really a C-type team? They've been playing a lot better after that cold start, and but they're on the road here tonight against the Capitals, and we do like the Capitals here tonight at the Capital One Arena. Nashville taking on New Jersey. We got the Predators coming off that 4-3 victory last night in it was a shootout or overtime. I can't remember. So many games last night. Anyways, they beat the Islanders. Islanders are just, man, there's talk about a team that, I thought the Senators went down south, but the Islanders went more south. Hey, when you look at Ottawa, it's like more Atlanta. When you look at the Islanders, it's more like Cuba or something, right? Not even Florida. 3.1 to 2.8, the over-under at 5.96. Nashville's last 3 games have gone over the total. Looking at the probable starting goal. Oh, David Rittich might get the nod here for the Preds. He's 3-1. Remember him in Calgary? Had a pretty good run there. Mackenzie Blackwood for New Jersey, 5-3. Not a bad record for a losing team right here at 10-14. But we do like the Preds here tonight. 3.1 to 2.8. The over/under set at 5.96. Looking at the Nashville, 6-4 against C-type teams, while the Jersey Devils 1-4 against teams with a 50 to 59.9% winning percentage. Nashville's last 3 games have gone over the total, and they are in a 3-game win streak. Detroit taking on the Colorado Avalanche. Now the Avs winning 7-3 against the backup goalie and the Rangers the other night, but they needed that win. That was a big win for Colorado, while Detroit losing last night to St. Louis. In fact, they got smoked 6-2. Remember, I liked the over in that game yesterday, and sure enough, it went over the total. Last 4 games have gone over for Detroit. Had this been 1990, this would have been a great game with Patrick Roy and Osgood going at it. Hey, remember those days? Colorado 3.8, Detroit 2.4. The over/under at 6.27. Colorado's last 3 games have gone over the total. The thing I do, if you like the total here tonight, the only thing that scares me, combined 7-0 to the over both these teams. Think percentage play, right? 17-5-1 to the over this year for Colorado, and the Avalanche against those C-type teams, 7-3 straight up this year. Florida taking on Arizona, 4.03 to 2.6. The over/under at 6.67. And looking at the $312. Hey, next, let's go to the next game. Philadelphia taking on the Vegas Golden Knights. We got the Flyers losing to the Golden Knights here. Wow, look at the line on this one. Minus 250. Who would have thought with a lineup like Philly with Claude Giroux, Sean Couturier, that they'd be this much of an underdog, right? I think in Philly, you fired a coach. You got to trade either Couturier or Giroux. You got to mix it up in there. Or, goaltending. Go get a goalie. Because with something, it's not the coaching. It's the chemistry of the players. There's a dynamic of those players that's just not fitting right now. Hey, you lose 3-0 New Jersey. I don't know what panic button. How bigger you want your panic button to be, right? 5-4 loss to win for Vegas. Vegas, we had that pick that night against Dallas. And we do like the Golden Knights here. 3.3 to 2.5, the over-under at 5.92. And the final game of the night, you got Bruce, there it is. Hey, that's what they're singing now in Vancouver. You know that song? Whoop, there it is. Now they're saying Bruce, there it is. As in Bruce Boudreau, the new head coach for the Vancouver Canucks. Last 3 games for Vancouver have gone under the total. And for Winnipeg, they're coming off a 3-0 win last night against the Seattle Kraken. Winnipeg 8-3 against teams below 500, while the Canucks 2-5 against teams that are 50 to 59.9 in the standings. And we do like Winnipeg to win tonight. 2.93, 2.81, the over/under at 5.74. All right, there you have it, folks. Wow, what a show. Hey, I can feel like I'm losing my voice here. Hey, what Gloria K says, I need some honey and tea. Daryl Turner likes the Panthers and Capitals. Avs over has been cashing in like the Nets last year, says Andrew Cole. Yeah, you know what? They're 17-5 to the over. It should be cashing in, right? Hey, there's not perfect. What does SOS mean? Higher or better, lower? Strength of schedule. That's what SOS stands for. Strength of schedule. Higher means that teams that have been facing tougher opponents, says the sniper. Mitchell Watson, I have sports betting psychology locked. A lot changed since I was in it heavy, but that was construct, and it's exactly the same. It's absolutely the only reason my account is in the black, says sniper. Yeah, you know what? Market psychology, sports betting psychology. I feel like Fraser Crane sometimes when I do the show. Hey, hello caller, I'm listening. Yeah, that's a pretty good one right there. Hey, Gloria, another T-shirt. Hello, friends, I'm listening. They have offense, but now with Shesterkin injury, yeah. When you lose your goalie, it's not a good. I want money to reinvest in other passive income opportunities. I like that, Daryl. Hey, passive income. Hey, start staking your crypto. You make some passive income right there. Mitchell Watson, sniper with the quotes today. Wow, just hit me, sniper. I'll remember that statement. And Rusty's play of the day. Yeah, Rusty's play of the day is the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. Hey, there's Lance Romance. Great insight. Thank you, Ron. Good luck to all. All right, folks, there you have it. That is the Raymond Report for a Friday, December 10th. Again, if you enjoyed the show, please hit that like button. I always appreciate when you guys, it just shows me that you guys you're bought in and you agree with most of the topics of the show. No weekend shows, nothing wrong with overtime. And no weekend show. You got to recharge the batteries. Hey, got to give some time to Mrs. Raymond. Hey, we got to do, So I will be back here on Monday. And again, if you're interested in my picks, you can get them each and every day with your membership right here at atsstats.com. And if you follow me on hockey, the poll, yep. Good OG Wheat, good call. So far, out of 35 votes, the Cincinnati Bengals, 60% plus 2.5, and minus 40% for 40% for the 49ers. In fact, let me look real quickly on the so here's one thing. If you ever want the system plays, guys, you go to the front page of ATS Stats, and if you scroll down to the bottom, you'll see the system plays are normally at the bottom. Now I'm just going to go through a couple of them to see. Let me see the Boston Phoenix to see if there's any system on that game. Right here. All right, so 13-6, but I'm not going to give a heavy favorite that much. Oh, 4.5. That's not bad. All right. Here's one system play. Anytime you got a home favorite on a Friday after a non-division game on 3 days rest, coming off a Western Conference opponent, coming off a home win, 18-1 straight up, but 13-6 against the numbers, so that's pretty good right there. But again, you can get all this for free just by going to our website, atsstats.com, home of the Raymond Report. All right, folks, have yourself a great rest of your weekend. As always, shop for value, play those percentages. I'll see you back on Monday with another Raymond Report.